What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore, and indeed we're back with some more Gabbadome. If you go look at the videos that I've done before, you know, this is a new channel, but there's literally over 400 videos on my previous channel, like 350 reaction videos. Toward the end of my last channel, I had done a number of Gabbadome reactions because it's a label that in the last few months has come to my attention, and I just love the sound. It's that old school Gabba, like early hardcore, like artcore sort of style. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm in the process of getting all the records. I will have them all when this one that was actually shipped like 3 weeks ago arrives. And I know I've been tracking it. It's in the United States, but it's been in like customs for like a week now, so I'm not sure what's happening. But eventually I will have all the Gabbadomes. Regardless, let's listen to number 5, right? Yes, this is Gabbadome 5. Zirax is the artist. I don't know if that's how you say it. Maybe it's Zirax. But yeah, basically this is not an artist I had been familiar with at all before this release. But yes, all tracks produced by Zirax or Zirax. This is, I believe, 2021. I believe this is like sometime in the second half of last year. I'll check that in just one moment, but we're going to listen to a tune which is by far my favorite on the record. The other 3 tunes have a slightly different flavor. The other 3 tunes have more of kind of like a party, kind of like, I don't want the word silly will sound like a detraction. It's not really like what I mean to do. I don't mean it as a criticism, but they have like a notably like more like, I don't know, sort of like, you know, party kind of blowing whistles while you're listening to the like breakdown sort of vibe. The tune Total Recall has more of like a tough, like gritty, early hardcore sort of sound. So that's the tune that I have come to like on this record the most. So that's the one we're going to listen to. Let me just get a quick check on the year just to make sure, because I suppose it could have been earlier this year, but I don't think so. Let me get a quick check. Gabbadome 5 came out December 8th of last year, 10 days before my birthday. But yeah, so this was the very tail end of 2021. So here we go. This is Total Recall by Zirax or Zirax on Gabbadome 5 2021. Great track to mix into like with a beat transition, right? Starting with a clap. Oof. So that bass line, just that classic distorted, gritty bass line. Like the Rasta sample, I dig this sort of menacing, like electric synth. Love the hats like coming in after the first bar. Well, still in my middle period. I talked about it in other videos, so I'll be brief. But you know, when you get a tune, you're hearing it for the first time, or you know, maybe you hear it online. But it's, you know, you're taking the sonic journey for the first time. You're kind of mapping out, just trying to follow what the tune is doing. And then if you flash forward to like what I call the third phase, that's when you know a tune perfectly, in and out. You know every little thing it does, even like idiosyncratic or slightly like unexpected moments, whatever. You've mastered the tune and its sonic terrain. But the middle period is where you know a tune a little bit, you've started to get an understanding of the way it goes and its contours, but it'll still be like partially unknown, or at least like you don't remember every little turn and twist until you get there. Like, oh right, then there's this part, yeah. So right now this tune is in that phase for me, and I forgot about that kind of high, again, very suspenseful, tension-filled, but that high kind of melody synth. I forgot about that. Like that transition, it sort of like strips down a little bit, but now we have this like shouted vocal that's like extended. Essentially used as a synth, and now back to this one. Coming back in, I love that. I like how, did the kick and the clap roll in the same time, or was it just the kick that rolled and the clap just kind of bounced over the top? Love that moment. And the way it gets like more strained and tension filled after coming in kind of high and dainty. The bassline kick combination in this tune, I doff my cap to you, sir. Love the, like, those drops, like twice now, the kick, bass line comes in, and then a bar later the hats join. Not right away. But not like a full measure either. I would start mixing out just at the beginning of that, or I begin to mix out at that measure break right back there, but this bass line, you can ride it right to the end. Juggling, surely. Yeah, it's great. I would say the intro and the outro are quick, again, and that's not uncommon in hardcore. A lot of hardcore just has, you don't mix for as long as you would in acid techno, acid trance, where you can do like longer double drops and you're popping back and forth. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are certain situations and certain tracks where you can double drop for longer and you can have fun sort of beat juggling between the two and so on, but generally speaking, transitions in hardcore, at least as I mix it, tends to be quicker, so it's not really like out of its way or going out of your way as a DJ that like, oh, you gotta mix quick in and out of this tune. But yeah, I think, once you learn a record, like I said, when it gets not only into the second phase, but eventually into the third phase, like, like, okay, so, this tune, I just have to mix in a little quicker than some other ones, I have to mix out a little quicker, or at least, like, have a soft, like, transition into another track using, like, a ambient down, or breakdown or something like that, but, yeah, like I said, it's just all part of the process of learning a record and how to use it as a DJ. So many of you will know what I'm talking about. Others of you will at least understand the concept, even if you don't mix vinyl yourselves or mix digitally. And I mentioned before, I got nothing against digital mixing. I am in some respect trying to like expand into that, but ultimately, I'm an old dog. I've been doing this for a long time. I still love the wheels of steel, and many labels still put out great music on vinyl. So I'm going to continue rocking this way. But to be clear, I got nothing against digital mixing or digital only tracks or whatever. It's just, this is why I started with vinyl, but I've already begun to do digital tracks and CDs and so on. So I'm branching all over the place. But yeah, like I said, nothing against digital DJs. I'm just a vinyl guy, so that's what I speak, or of which I speak. nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to hear excuse me, more Gabbadome. Whenever that, it's Gabbadome 4. Whenever Gabbadome 4 shows up, I'm gonna like react to a tune from it right away because I've been waiting for it for so damn long. But yeah, like I said, let me know if you want to see some more hardcore reactions. Plenty on my old channel. Go check it out. There's a playlist for it. I think there's at least like 50, 51 videos or something in there. So please do check it out. If you have a request or recommendation now, I'd love to hear it. But any comments and feedback are appreciated. Indeed, you know, one of the ways that my old channel started to get more interaction is when people started to comment, even if it wasn't making a request. It's like, hey, I like this track too, or hey, you know what this one reminds me of? It reminds me of this other tune. So please do comment, share in any way you can. Try to help a brother get the channel back to where it was before. I would greatly appreciate it. Nevertheless, have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.